Hello and welcome to week 2 of the semester. This lecture video is going to be about giving quality feedback. This course is very peer feedback reliant. That's one of the reasons why I'm pretty strict about the late work policy and that I cannot accept any late work that is process work. Process work is anything that is not a major assignment. Remember, major assignments I can accept for up to 2 weeks late, but there is a graduated um, increase in points that will be deducted depending on how late that assignment is. But the reason why I don't like to accept late discussion boards or late peer feedback or late textbook chapters even is because everything builds upon itself. You submit a draft in the discussion board, well, then your peers are going to give you feedback on that draft, and then you're going to revise that draft and then submit it for your final, right? This is the writing process, and it is a beautiful thing, and nothing you will write the first time around is going to be your best work. That's just the way it is. Everybody revises. And so that's one reason um, why we can't accept it late, because it builds on itself. So I want to talk to you about how to make the most out of your peer feedback, and also how to give quality feedback to your peers. So the first thing, how to make the most out of your peer feedback, is to take what is said and say, is that what I was even intending to do? You'll watch the describe, evaluate, suggest method of giving feedback this week. Whenever someone's saying, oh, I like how you did this, stop and pause and say, is that what I was even trying to do? And if not, then maybe we need to adjust some things. Next, you can think about, what are some other tools at my disposal? So you take the peer feedback from your peer and you adjust, but then you can also go in and you can look at the paragraph yourself. I tend to like to pull things apart paragraph by paragraph, maybe even sentence by sentence, and really look at it like a construction. I do this on a blank work document. I just call it my workshop. I pull that paragraph out, I put it there, and I really stop and I think, okay, does that topic sentence really convey what I'm trying to say in this paragraph? Does that conclusion sentence wrap up the ideas that I'm trying to incorporate? Am I integrating evidence and logic in a way that makes sense so that my reader can follow what I'm saying? And once I've tinkered with that paragraph, I pull it out and I put it back into my final essay. So that is something that you can do as we are doing this drafting process throughout the semester. The last thing that I like to recommend is the Writing Center. The Writing Center is a great resource. There's both an in-person and an online version where you can meet with a person online. There's also an asynchronous version of the Writing Center where if you just want to submit your draft and get some feedback, they will send that back to you as well. And so that's one way you can use peer feedback in this course. Now, how can you give good peer feedback? Good peer feedback does not look like, I loved what you said. It does not look like, I really liked how you said XYZ. While that is really nice, it is not very helpful. Good peer feedback is helpful. You can start by saying, I see that you did this. Remember the describe, evaluate, suggest model. I see that you're doing this here according to the assignment guidelines. And I always like to say, go back to the prompt. What did the prompt ask them to do? Are they completing all the bits of the prompt? You don't have to necessarily be a detective, like, oh, you didn't do XYZ, but you can be helpful in saying, oh, your paragraph doesn't fill this part of the prompt. But then more so look at the content of what they're saying. Does that make sense? Is there something that they might be missing, a gap they might be needing to fill? You can evaluate that and then suggest it kindly, right? A good peer feedback response should be at least 3 to 4 sentences long. If you only provide a one sentence, hey, this looks great, you will not receive full credit on the discussion boards or on the peer feedback assignments. Because in order to give really good feedback, you need to actually say more. That is one of my tips for the going forward through the rest of the semester, because the discussion boards and peer feedback are a crucial part of this semester. Take good care.